excited to be here and connecting to our good folks around the world. And we're very pleased to be connecting to Mr. Michael Cunningham in Texas, USA, and also Ms. Jennifer Oxenford in Pennsylvania, USA. So Jennifer, Michael, could I have Jennifer say a few words?
Yeah, go.
So Jennifer will be our speaker tomorrow morning. And Jennifer, could you tell us a bit about yourself, before we jump into tomorrow's lecture, and also we can test your audio and visual at the same time? Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much, Mary. Good evening, everyone. I'm Jennifer Oxenford. I'm Director of Community Engagement at an organization called Kimber. Kimber is a statewide research and education network in Pennsylvania. So we run the advanced networking infrastructure across the state of Pennsylvania here in the United States. And we're one of about 44 other statewide advanced research and education networks across the country. And all of those advanced networks connect to the national high-speed backbone called Internet 2. So we're all part of the U.S. Advanced research and education community that also interconnects with global research and education networks around the world. And I'm very much looking forward to speaking with you all tomorrow as part of the youth leadership session that we'll be sharing tomorrow. So thank you so much for the opportunity, Mary, and hopefully you heard my audio and that was a successful test as well.
Yes, it was. So. Jennifer Oxenford, thank you so much for willing to give this talk to us tomorrow. And we have Mr. Michael Cunningham, our very, very wonderful teacher and very well qualified, overqualified teacher here, and always organizing events for schools around the world. Michael, could you speak to our audience? Say a few words.
Yeah, I would be glad to. We're supposed to be joined by several other schools today, and we have a real special treat. Sometime maybe after your presentation, we'll be joined by a teacher who's on maternity leave. And in the Ukraine, you get 3 years for maternity leave, so that might be kind of an interesting thing to talk about. But she has been busy starting her own business in the meantime until she gets back to teaching about baking. And she's going to share presentations about gingerbread cooking.
Wow. And she'll be joining us later?
Yeah, she'll be joining us later when her baby takes a nap, sometime in the next 45, 50 minutes or something like that. I have her presentation, but I was kind of waiting for her. And then we're supposed to be joined by, you said a school in Greece, and I have a couple schools in Pakistan that are supposed to be joining us.
Excellent. Actually, but Greece has a situation there. Half their students are out because of the flu, and a fourth of their teachers out. Excuse me. Yeah, so they won't be able to connect with us today because all their schedules are chaotic. They are changing all this because of lack of teachers. So
yeah, I understand.
Okay, so we will perhaps wait a few minutes because our computer is not here yet. Okay. Right. Okay. So, Michael, could you tell us a little bit more about your role in organizing all these wonderful events around the world?
Yeah, I was telling Jennifer earlier, I guess I started doing this with a couple schools in Nebraska, and I found out about it in the early 2000s. They were having home economics teachers, but there wasn't enough home economics teachers. So they would have a teacher teach a course at one school, and then halfway across Nebraska, they would have another. Thing. So then they said, "Well, would you like to try to put some content out?" And I said, "Oh yeah, that'd be great." So we started Food for Thought, and Food for Thought was originally designed for all kinds of stuff about food and recipes, and people presented. Well, what's happened in the United States because of a consistent testing, and Jennifer could probably talk to you more about it tomorrow, and more emphasis on core subjects, that the home economics classes have completely gone out and they no longer really offer them anymore. So now we're talking about just talk to schools all around the world on different food and culture. And we were supposed to be joined also by a college teacher and his group of kids from Georgia, the country of Georgia. So hopefully it'll all work out today. We also try to do a lot more serious topics. On March the 12th, we have a real nice video conference on Syrian refugees. And we have some experts that are going to speak. We have a host. I think you're going to meet the host of the guy on Wednesday, maybe Thursday your time, or late Wednesday evening, with the climate change one that you're doing. But he's hosting our deal too. And we have schools from Lebanon, we have schools from Syria, we have schools from Turkey, and they've gone out and actually interviewed people from the refugee situation. Refugee situation is so bad that sometime this year in Lebanon, there'll be more refugees than there are citizens of Lebanon. So countries cannot sustain that type of issues forever and ever without a tremendous amount of help. So there's a lot of issues like that. And we're also working with a bunch of schools in Africa over some problems that are happening there with racism and some other issues that we'll be coming out and telling you about.
Thank you. Michael, could I interrupt and give some explanation and interpretation right now?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, so I'm going to do some Chinese translation. Okay, so 刚刚我想要让大家都很充分了解，就是刚刚两位专家哈一个是在宾州大学，一个在宾州的那个教育专家，然后在这个是在德州，都是美国。那这个后面这个因为这个宾州的那个教育专家明天会跟我们做视讯演讲，内容会再详细，就是在明天会说明。那个 Michael 老师他是在德州，那我有讲说，他一开始怎么去开始做这样子的一个全球的视讯，他做的比我更久，我已经做15年，他做更久。那么那个 Michael 老师是说，因为一开始他是从就是我们今天做这种 Food for Thought 的视讯开始，那么美国也是因为课纲的改变，他们有一些学校家政课全部被删掉了。那他就想说，那怎么办？难道都不上这种课程吗？就是用这种视讯的方法，就是补足这一块这样子，那就跟全世界的那个老师学生，然后可以报告有关那个美食这个当地的美食的，然后还有饮食文化的那种视讯开始串联起来，然后在其他视讯方面就是比较严肃的议题的，包含比如说模拟法庭，或者是像其他的那样全球议题的，像叙利亚难民，所以3月有一场叙利亚难民，然后会有其他的那个国家的，譬如说收很多难民的学校的学生来出来讲，然后他们有去访问，在他们自己的国家去访问那些就是难民的状况。那有些国家像土耳其、黎巴嫩，他们的那个难民问题其实很大，像我们台湾就这种感觉就没有那么深。可是他们有些国家，不知道大家有没有听到一个重点，就是有些国家是他的难民的人已经比他的当地的居民更多了，哇，这个是很大的问题。所以难民的人数多于他原来的那个他们当地的那个老百姓的人数这样子。好，所以这都是一个当下的一个议题。那我们透过视讯很棒，就是可以即时的知道这种讯息，而不是说等几个礼拜后，或者甚至几个月后才有教材可以读。好，那个都已经失效了这样子。好，都是已经没有这个时事的一个那个价值。好，所以这个是当下的一个这样子一个视讯的最大的优点。Yeah.Sorry about that.
Oh, no. I wish I could understand better.
Well, I actually did a rough translation of what you just said, and because I want everyone to catch all the things that you said that are very important and what you both were mentioning. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. It's I think Jennifer is fixing to go, so I just say thank you.
Yeah, and Mary, unless you need me, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and
okay.
I'm going to drive to Harrisburg for another meeting. But Michael, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to speak with you, and I'm delighted by the programs that you still run. This is wonderful to hear and learn about. So I'm glad I got this time to be on your pre-event testing this morning. So thanks, Mary. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Okay.
And
bye-bye.
Thank you, Michael, for hosting the Zoom tomorrow. Yeah.
No problem. See you guys tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yeah, I think Jennifer works. We have that same thing in Texas, and I think Renee used to work for the one in New York. So Renee Carver, the gentleman you're going to be doing with on Wednesday.
Now I think that's a new one, or was it an extended one from one of the sessions we've done before? I wasn't sure, but I saw the event flyer and it looked really good. You know, their team of experts that are promoting the awareness and the fact that climate change has turned into climate crisis and climate emergency and all that.
Yeah, yeah. Renee's a really, really nice man. He's run this deal for a long time. He has a real good program with the people from Cornell. The one I think we're doing Wednesday with y'all is on climate crisis. I think the kids should be able to look at all aspects, and it's really kind of fun. A couple months ago, we got to talk to a group of professors from Cornell University, and then, you know, so you get some wonderful experiences. I'll put it that way. I think it's really good. And he's also going to be doing helping us out with the one, like I said, in Syria. So I think he does a really good job.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to do a bit Chinese translation again. Sorry. 那个我们营队期间，我们现在是我们新大附中的营队，我们是19、20、21，就是明天是最后一天。但是我有接下来都还有接，就是应该是我去注意到那个国外的视讯，所以1月22号就晚上还有一场，然后2月4号有一场。那1月22号那就是前美国副总统高尔团队带出来的那个气候变迁的一个宣导的那个活动。那么它是在1月22是半夜。是在11点半的哈，那所以会在，因为那个已经交接快要到过年，所以在我家举行哈，同学都欢迎哈，现场都欢迎可以到我们家，那么连线，不然人数有限哈，这样子，如果我们家容纳不下这么多人这样子，好，那么它的一个连线方法也是资讯连线，然后跟各国的学生做一个座谈，比较像专家座谈的方式。所以是高尔团队的那个教授里面去来跟大家讲这个气候变迁现在多么严重，现在已经不叫气候变迁，跟大家讲最新更新的名字是 climate crisis 是危机 climate emergency， 容易已经很严重了哈。所以因为气候变迁，很多人是无感，就觉得反正就变迁就变迁嘛，对不对哈？那现在已经新词都出来了，所以以后这个考题都会出现。那课本好像还没有来得及更新哈，然后现在都还是以前的那个 climate change。好，那这个就是我们当下。都可以听到最新的全世界发展的东西，那么全世界发生的问题，然后又可以用店里的英文，这样子要跟全世界人交换意见，那这个很不错。然后有专家，他们是那个专家，那个是一个很重量级的专家，会跟大家那个一个说明。那2月4号是国家安全，好，那个是国家安全，好，那有兴趣再私下来找我这样子，呀。那个等一下是我们刚刚有没有 say 好是谁要先？台东国小先好，那台东国小你要 stand by， 因为等一下就先播你的这样子。台东国小的哪一个团队先？Okay, right? 那你们可以现在可以先出来 stand by. So, Michael, today we have 4 teams from my side presenting.
Oh, good.
And they are getting ready now. We have elementary school students, 2 teams of them, and high school students. Also 2 teams of them.
Oh, good, good.
So, shall we begin?
Yes.
Okay, so before we begin, we want everyone to know that all the session will be recorded and it will be available later on. So everybody needs to be able to appear on the, your recording will be on the internet, things like that. Okay, 所以你们要知道你们的那个 影片会上，就是会在网络上好，所以大家都有同意哈，都家长同意，然后现场有很多家长，OK 都 OK 哈，没有人有那个他肖像权不能投出来的问题哈。OK, yeah, so yeah, I'm getting final permission consent from everyone here because we also have parents at the back, letting them know that we are recording the whole session. All right, yeah, you may begin. Go.
Hello, we are from Taiwan Elementary School. I'm Johnny. I'm Leo. I'm Anne.
And Casper.
I'm Henry. Today we will introduce fried instant noodles in Taiwan. These are the most popular instant noodles in Taiwan. Now we will divide 4 parts to introduce. Now let's learn about the history of the fried instant noodles.
'54. There were many soldiers stationed in Kinmen. They all like to have a meal in a famous restaurant. One day, they were all hungry and wanted to eat delicious fried noodles in that restaurant.
Sorry, we don't have any fried rice. How could we have fried rice? Sorry, there's not left.
Then what do you have?
About fried instant noodles. It's just good fried instant noodles. Sure, you can have a taste. Okay, for fried instant noodles. Okay, Harry, tell me to buy 5 packets of ready jjajangmyeon from that older store. Of course.
After 5 minutes, Henry came back.
I'm back with 5 packets of ready jjajangmyeon. Thanks a lot. And then Harry, tell me to cook. Yes, I'll have it. Here you are.
And then let's see what kind of ingredients we need.
A packet of intestinal ready jjajangmyeon, some carrots, cabbages, and pork, an egg, some scallion, and onion. Let me show you how to make the dish. Let me show you how to cook the fried instant noodles. First, put the instant noodles to the boiling water for 1 minute at a time. Thank you for listening.
Do you have any questions for them?
Yeah, what does that, how do fried noodles taste different than just regular noodles?
How are the taste different? We have regular noodles and then fried instant noodles. How are they different? Do they taste the same? No? Okay.
I don't know.
What's different? The main thing that's different. The sauce?
The sauce is totally different.
So the
Okay,
added
and-
sauce is different. It makes the flavor totally different from the usual fried noodles, right?
Okay, and how often would you eat instant noodles?
Now, how often do you eat instant noodles? Do you eat it every day?
No.
No. Okay, so how often? About. Once a week? Once a month? 2 or 3 times a week?
Sometimes.
Okay, it can be different. It doesn't have, everybody's answer could be different.
Once a month.
Once a month for you, and how about you?
Once a month.
Once a month, and you?
If I go to Kinmen,
Then
I will eat.
you eat it.
Every
Okay,
day.
right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
you?
Once a month.
Just once a month, and you?
2 or 3 times a month.
2 or 3 times a month. That's not very often. Okay.
Okay, and then how often would they eat like rice?
Rice. So how often do you eat rice? How often do you eat rice?
Every day.
Every day? Every day? Every day?
Every
Yeah,
day.
every day. So rice is eaten every single day.
Right, and then how often just for regular noodles, not the instant noodles? How often would you eat just regular noodles?
Regular noodles. 一般的面呢，多久吃一次? How often do you eat regular noodles?
If I want to eat.
Pardon? How many times a week?
1 or 2 times.
1 or 2 times for you, and you?
One week.
Once a week. Okay, and you?
Once a week.
Once a week, and you week skips you.
Once a week.
Just once a week?
Yeah.
And then rice the other days, and you?
I have 2 more quick questions, Mary.
Yeah.
Are they served as a side dish?
Do you mean noodles?
Yeah.
So, are noodles the main dish or the side dish? You know the side dish?
No.
Like hamburgers. Hamburger is the main dish. French fried is a side dish. So, fried noodles and fried rice. Is that main dish or side dish?
Main dish.
Main dish, right, okay. Yes, that's right. That is correct. Main dish.
And how do you pronounce in Chinese W-E-I?
W-E-I, how do you pronounce this word? Wei? Wei, yeah, wei.
Wait.
Yeah. And what it had the name of that package that they put in was Wei, but isn't that also a group of people that lived in China as well?
Wei?
Yeah, Wei, yeah.
So,
Anyways,
and,
I didn't know if there's any historical significance is why I was asking.
all right, it's just the name of the company.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. Very good job.
So next team, still elementary school. 还是台中国小吗？What? Some difference? Okay, go. You're ready.
Hello everyone.
Is it on?
Hello.
It's on.
It's on? Okay.
Do you hear us?
有了 OK, go.
可是它会跳掉，它跳掉。你的手握着，你的手压着。对，
不行。
拿手撑得住。没电了，没电了，没电。要不然你讲大声一点。小。要不然你直接用讲。Hello everyone, we are from Taichung Elementary School. Today we'll tell you about the quick foods in Taiwan. There are 3 types of quick food in Taiwan. 1. Food pouches. 2. Instant soup. 3. Udon noodles. Food pouches. Curry with chicken. Breast pork with bamboo shoots. How to prepare the cuisine. Stovetop. The 2 ways can help you enjoy the meals as soon as possible. Add 2 bowls of water in the pot and then put the food pouch into the water. Start to heat 2 bowls of land after the water has been boiling for 2 or 3 minutes. Tear the pouch and pour the contents on the rice. Today we will show you how to heat the food pouch by stovetop. Microwave. Open the food pouch at first and contents into the bowl. Put it into the microwave to heat of 2 or 3 minutes. After that, pour the contents over the rice. Now I'll tell you about the curry with chicken food pouch. Once the food pouch was heated and poured over the rice, it looked so yummy that I can't wait to eat it. When I finally ate it, the salty taste was so appetizing that I finished it in seconds. If you like curry, then it's a must try. To enrich the taste, you can also sprinkle some peanuts on top. The sweetness of peanuts can add some more flavors to it.
I strongly recommend you to savor this cuisine. The best pork and the bamboo shoots is a delicious cuisine. When you are starving, this cuisine is the best partner with rice. The pork based with soy sauce tastes tender and savory. The sweetness of the bamboo shoots is a wonderful part of this cuisine. Both the best pork and the bamboo shoots absorb essence of the soy sauce. The flavor is really great. Hot and sour soup I'll teach you how to cook hot and sour soup in a very instant way. First, put 300 milliliters of water inside the pot and boil it. 2. When it is boiled, put the package inside the pot. 3. When it is boiled again, put in 2 blended eggs inside the pot. 4. Don't mix it immediately. Wait for 30 seconds and put in some pre-chopped spring onions and some cinnamon oil. And then mix it again. 5. Turn off the fire and enjoy the soup. Hot and sour soup is a traditional Chinese cuisine. It is very popular in Taiwan, especially at the cold winter. I feel warmer when I eat the soup. This soup is very delicious because it has a spice of white pepper and the sour of vinegar. It is very healthy because it has a lot of ingredients such as tofu, bamboo shoots, wood deer fungus, and so on. Putting dumplings and noodles inside the soup is also a great choice. They can make the soup taste better. I really recommend this cuisine to you. Udon noodle seafood flavor. How to prepare this cuisine? 1. Put 400 milliliters water in a medium pot and boil it. 2. Place the udon noodles into the pot and let them boil again. 3. Then empty the seasoning pack. The seasoning pack is the main broth of udon noodles. 4. At this moment, you add a pinch of pepper, salt, and dried green onion. It's
Amounts depends on your flavor. 5. If you want to eat more, fresh vegetables and meat can be put in a pot. 6. When these contents are boiled, the meal is ready to eat.
The noodles that I'm going to introduce are actually from Japan. They can be called udon noodles. They taste a little bit chewy and soft. The broth or the soup of the noodles is seafood flavored. It tastes so amazing, I can start eating it. If you want too much more, you can add some meat or vegetables. The flavor is more abundant. I hope you can try the yummy udon noodles. I hope you can try the yummy udon noodles. The flavor on the tip of your tongue for some time.
I like to share my feelings about the udon noodle. As for the taste, I love noodles very much. They are paired popularly with the broth. Besides, the price is very cheap, as less than $50. It's not expensive. It is very easy to cook. I can prepare this cuisine by several simple steps. If my mom is not at home, I can cook it on my own. Go ahead and give it a try. You won't regret it. Yummy, you must try it. I hope you will like the 3 kinds of quick food in Taiwan.
Thank you for your listening.
Hey, Mary, that was really entertaining. I really enjoyed that. I have a couple questions.
Yeah, now we know that elementary school students can cook these simple dishes.
Yeah, that's kind of fascinating. I was wondering, what's the sodium content on some of that stuff?
What's the content of
the sodium?
Right? Sodium 里面有什么那个调味料？
Well, there's
There's seafood and there's also some flavor powders and some vegetables.
Dried
Right.
vegetables,
And some meat, yeah.
dried vegetables, dry seafood,
And
dry
meat, yeah.
and flavor
No,
powder, right?
Yeah.
But what I was asking, I knew that, but what I was asking is that normally they put tremendous amount of sodium, like in ramen noodles and stuff. You can get the sodium is just like a whole day's supply of sodium for one meal. I was just wondering if the sodium content was real high because that looks very delicious, and I thought it was also interesting in the first part you showed us how you could cook several different kinds and it would stay in the pouch. So if your family had 3 or 4 people in the family, everybody wanted something different, you could cook all different at the same time. I thought that was really kind of neat.
Yeah, food pouches. So 他老师意思是说，那个钠的含量会很高，看起来很好吃。然后说因为钠含量会很高，有人知道吗？
Well, it depends on which flavor, and so not actually very high. It's
Okay. And which of those 3 would be the most popular?
Which one is most popular?
应该是康宝吧，那个康宝bamboo shoot bamboo shoot
the best hole and the bamboo shoes.
The food pouch? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the bamboo shoes is the best.
Yeah, I would think that would be really handy to have at the house.
In the U.S., Mr. Cunningham,
Yeah.
do you have food pouches in the U.S. where you just heat up the content?
Not like that. We have stuff like that you put in a microwave and different things, but I've never seen it that way. Now, I hadn't gone to a lot of Korean or Asian markets. We have a lot here in town. So maybe I'll start looking for something like that and try it out because that would be really handy, especially when time is a problem.
Yes, and also, did you see? I'm not sure if you saw in the video. Did you see that the food pouch, the contents of the food pouch was poured over rice?
Yeah.
Is that clear?
Oh yeah, that was very clear. In fact, I was telling my son who's sitting there watching too that it's kind of interesting because you could have like a simple rice for everyone, but then everybody have a different topping for it, so it could make a different meal for everybody. That'd be kind of nice if people had differences in taste. So I thought that was good. The soups I'm fairly familiar with. It looked like that one was almost like a Norse soup. So in that one, in the soup, what are the most popular soups for that dry soup?
What kind of soup packets do we have? Popular ones.
The
sour spicy soup. Sour spicy soup.
hot and sour soup, yeah, and the corn soup, yeah.
Did you get that?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
And do you have questions for Mr. Cunningham? You're also welcome to ask.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Right, so thank you. Oh. And how do you eat that?
Well, it's almost the same thing. This is a Bear Creek, if you can see it, and right here it's got like for sodium is 27% of your sodium per day for one serving, and then one serving is 1/4 of a cup. But you put 8 cups of water, bring it to boil, and you put it together for 10 minutes, and it will last you for a pretty good long time. But it's got all the noodles and stuff from inside, so I thought maybe I'd show you. So we do have soup mixes like that, but not necessarily in the sweet and sour. Most of ours will have some sort of chicken and noodles or chicken and rice or chicken and something else like that.
Well, thank you very much. I'd also like to mention that their principal is here with us today, their principal. So, yeah, could you Could we have the principal say a few words？ 来，校长讲几句话，讲中文没关系。来，因为这个是我们资深的美国老师，我们这个老师是有校长，也是有校长资历，然后自己选择要待在学校当第一线老师。那校长今天看到你们的同学表现这么棒，要不要也跟同学、跟大家都勉励几句话？
Thank you, Professor. And I would like to join this meeting. And my student can cook it. I'm very happy. So they speak not very good, but they work hard, prepare. A few times, a long time. Anyway, and thank you all.
Thank you, thank you. 哦，给校长鼓励，完全不知道校长很厉害，3秒内就变出一种了哈，那个没有练习的嘛。So that was thank you, principal, because I just put him on the spot there. he wasn't aware that I was going to ask him to. Say a few words. So thank you, 谢谢啊，不好意思。好，来 and now let's have the students of Affiliate High School of Zhongshu University present, and they're also going to present on quick food.
Hello, we are going to give a presentation on quick food. We'll introduce instant noodles and cold noodles. Now I'm going to tell you how to make instant cup noodles. First, tear off the package and peel back the lid. Second, add the seasoning from the packet inside and pour in hot boiling water. Next, pull back the lid. Cover up the cup. Wait for about 2 to 4 minutes. The waiting time depends on the different kinds of instant noodles. Finally, you can enjoy this convenient, delicious food.
There are various flavors of Taiwanese instant noodles. The spicy cabbage, beef noodles, and seafood. These are the ordinary flavors. If you want to try something special, there are some unique flavors for you to try. The flavor of sesame oil chicken and the flavor of minced pork. They all taste fabulous. Different flavors were invented by different companies and they have its own unique brands. They are very well known in Taiwan. Here are some examples. Pickles, which is famous for its seafood instant noodles. Some people love it, but others don't, because the size of the noodles cup is not big enough to make them feel full. Another company is TTL, which is famous for its unique flavor of dropping a few alcohol into instant noodles. The alcoholic drink is called huadiao, so they call it huadiao chicken instant noodles. It's very popular in Taiwan. And Uni-President is also one of the famous instant noodles brands in Taiwan. It only makes the beef flavor like chili beef or the spicy hot pot. If you have a chance to visit Taiwan, the wide variety of instant noodles flavor is really worth a try.
We will talk about some advantages and disadvantages of enjoying instant noodles. There are advantages. First, instant noodles can be cooked very fast. and it can easily purchase in Taiwan. Second, it can give us lots of energy in a meal, and it is very delicious. As for its disadvantages, instant noodles is not healthy food. Its seasoning contains a great amount of salt and oil. People usually eat instant noodles will increase the risk of adding burden to their liver and kidney. So don't eat instant noodles frequently, even if you like it very much. Next, we will talk about corn noodles. Corn noodles is a common food in Taiwan. The people usually eat for lunch or dinner in summer. It is actually a bowl of noodles, topped with shredded cucumber, shredded currants, shredded fried eggs, and white sesame sauce with bean sauce. It tastes chewy, savory, and refreshing. It increases people's appetite. It is also easy to make.
And now I want to talk about how to make cold noodle. First, prepare ingredients. Noodles, shredded cucumbers, shredded carrots, and other foods you like. Next, cook and drain the noodles. Then, to cool the noodles, put them into cold water for 10 seconds and take out the noodles. Next, mix the noodles, ingredients, and sesame sauce together. You can enjoy the delicious cold noodles. And there are the reasons why we eat cold noodles. First, in Taiwan it is quite hot in summer and it will affect people's appetite. And the cold dishes can raise our appetite. Second, eating cold noodles can help us save time. We can prepare our meal without having to heat up the food. So we eat. These are the reasons why we eat cold noodles. Thanks for your attention. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, I noticed there's a study done with soybean oil and some mental issues. I noticed that you had a disclaimer on one of those. What kind of things were they talking about? A couple of ones back where it said that it gives you kidney and liver issues.
Okay, so you were talking about the unhealthy aspect of eating instant noodles.
Right.
Yeah. And because as previously mentioned, we talked about you're talking about the high level of sodium in some instant noodles, so that would be a burden to the kidney and liver, right?
Right. And also I heard something that was just done this last week. It said about stuff that was fried in soybean oil or something that was damaging to your onset of early Alzheimer's. So there's several different things. I was wondering in their cold noodle part, there's quite a bit of people here in the States are making noodles out of vegetables and other things too. Do they do that there in Taiwan?
我们没有面也是蔬菜做的，好像有。
Yes.
Yeah. What kind? Like spinach. Yeah. I think I've heard about that too. Yeah. So noodles made with spinach and carrot. Okay.
Carrots. I've heard potatoes and I've heard several different things. I didn't know if that was better for you. I guess if you made it fresh out, it'd be better for you. But it wouldn't be instant anymore.
Right. Those are not instant. Like the cold noodles are not instant noodles.
Right. That would be a good alternative is what you're saying, correct?
Yes.
Now, how often would the people eat instant noodles?
How often do you eat instant noodles?
Seldom.
You seldom eat it, and you?
Seldom too.
Yeah, twice a week.
Twice a week, and you?
Seldom.
Seldom?
Uh, maybe 12 a week in summertime.
Twice a week in summertime.
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe.
Summer.
Well, people in Taiwan, they usually don't eat that very often.
Right.
Yeah, we try to stay away from it if possible.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, it's kind of like ramen noodles. I guess it could actually get, they said it takes you a long time to digest it. I don't know. I guess it's got a shelf life. It's longer than others. Go ahead.
You mean the instant noodles? Do you mean
Yes.
the instant noodles are? Instant noodles, are they hard to digest? 会不会很难消化？泡面会很难消化吗？
还好吧，
不会，还好。
加工食品。
Right. So yeah, tell me please. Digest. The word is digest. Are they easy to digest or not? Will it be difficult to digest?
Hey, man, ask if they get an upset stomach or anything if they eat some.
Oh, yeah. Do you get upset? Does your stomach, feel uncomfortable after you eat?
To me, I won't feel uncomfortable after eating the instant noodles.
Yeah, in Taiwan, people are used to it, so we don't,
Okay.
we don't, get an upset stomach if we eat it. So it's actually not difficult to digest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen people that said that, so I just asked. That was a very good presentation. Thank you so much. It looks really delicious, though, but I don't know if it's good for you.
Okay, give him a round of applause. And our last team from Taiwan. In this team, we have students from 2 high schools, Affiliate High School of Zhongshu University and Nantou High School. Okay.
Oh, good.
Dry radish egg is a smooth and airtight inside dishes. It's especially enjoyable with porridge. Every winter, lot of radish is harvested in Taiwan, and they are plump, sweet, and cheap. People in Taiwan pickle actual radish with plenty of salt, then dry radish under the sun. As for the pickled radish has unique salt aroma. The dry radish egg is a simple and delicious dish. Today I'm going to introduce how to cook this delicious dry radish egg. First, soak the dry radish and then drain it. Second, add a little lard and pepper to the dry radish and fry them. When the aromas appears, take out the dry radish. Third, mix the dry radish, egg, spring onions, and soy sauce. Finally, put them in a pan and fry them. When it comes to golden on both sides, the dry radish egg is done. A successful dry radish egg not only smells fragrant, but also tastes crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. The dry radish egg is a wonderful and common dish.
Next, I'm going to talk about stir-fried rice with eggs and soy sauce. Prepare the following ingredients. 200 grams of cooked rice, 2 eggs, 2 green shallot cut in small pieces, oil and soy sauce. Here are the steps. Mix the eggs and rice together and then put them into the stirring pan. Put the soy sauce and shallot in at the same time. When the eggs are cooked, it means your stir-fried rice is done. You can also add other ingredients you like, such as beef, pork, or vegetables.
Pickled radish is crispy appetizer served in many restaurants. It is usually served right before the main dish. Radish is a cheap and popular vegetable. Pickled radish is actually good for digestion.
To make a pickled radish, you will need some radish, vinegar, sugar, and salt. First, wash the radish and cut it into pieces. Second, put some radish, and salt into a pot and rub them. Third, wash the radish again and dry it. Fourth, put some dried radish, sugar, and vinegar in the other pot and mix them. Wait for 10 minutes. Finally, the crispy pickled radish is done.
Next, I'm going to introduce the cold shredded chicken. To make the cold shredded chicken, we need ingredients below: 300 grams of chicken, 20 grams of parsley, 50 grams of scallion, 20 grams of chili, 3 slices of ginger, 4 spoons of soy sauce, 1 spoon of sesame oil, 1 spoon of vinegar, 1 spoon of sugar, 1 spoon of salt, and 20 grams of cucumber. First, boil the chicken with ginger and salt for 2 to 3 minutes, and then leave the chicken in a pot for 14 to 15 minutes. And then take out the chicken, use hand made it into fillet forms. Then we need to prepare the sauce. Cut the scallion, parsley, chili into small pieces, and mix together soy sauce, sesame oil, vinegar, sugar, salt, and the previous ingredients. Next, cut the cucumber into slices, and then put it under the chicken, and then pour the sauce over the chicken, and the cold shredded chicken is completed.
The shredded chicken is a cold side dish. It's low in the calories and is suitable for people who want to lose weight. Sorry. The fresh text Maggie an ideal dish to eat in the summer. It's not over greasy and easy to make. With changing the ingredients, we have a different taste. And if we change the different sauce, like using the Korean sauce, Sichuan sauce, soy sauce, or vinegar and other sauce, we can have a different flavor.
Now I'm going to introduce egg drop soup to you. Egg drop soup is a dish that is simple to make and easy to serve. Because eggs are very easy to cook at high temperature, egg drop soup could be made quickly. In addition, the soup also goes well with many easily cooked ingredients, such as cabbage, seaweed, chopped green onion, and so on. Egg drop soup is not only a convenient dish, but also have high nutritional value.
Now we will show you how to make egg drop soup. Ingredients that you need: 2 eggs, 3 scallions, 4 chicken broth cubes, sesame oil 2 teaspoons, and salt. First, beat the eggs and chop the scallions. Second, boil the water. Third, putting scallions and chicken broth cubes. Fourth, putting eggs and sesame oil. Fifth, stir 3 times and turn off the heat. And this egg drop soup is completed.
Now I want to talk about cold tofu. Cold tofu is a very simple dish. What you need are tofu, green onions, soy sauce, and black sesame oil, and bonito flakes. Bonito is a kind of fish. Here are the directions for making cold tofu. First, wash the tofu with ice water. Second, cut the tofu. Put the piece in a plate and set aside. Third, chop the green onions. 4, put the bonito flakes and chopped green onions onto the tofu.
Finally, drizzle the soy sauce over the top.
Next, the onion salad. The ingredients include the onions, Japanese-style dressing, and some bonito flakes. The steps are as follows. Step 1. Slice the onions into strips. Second, soak the onion strips in ice water because it can make the onion strips more chunkier, and it also keeps the onion strips from being pungent. Third, dry the onions and put them on the pan. Fourth, drizzle the Japanese-style dressing over the salad and sprinkle some bonito flakes. Then, the onion salad is completed. Thanks for listening. Do you have any questions?
That was very well done. Thank you so much. On your, what did you learn from doing this?
What did you learn?
What did you learn from preparing the presentation and
Is something we learn from the dish or from the presentation? I want to know what the means of the question. So,
anything, what you learned today.
well, it's not okay. Anything from from the presentations or make dishes.
Anything.
Okay. I learned my hometown's cultural things after I make the dishes because the cold-shredded chicken is actually traditional dishes in my hometown. It's actually a Hakka dishes, so I learned these dishes from my mother and my grandmother. After I make it, I know the better of my hometown, and I know why we need to eat this kind of dish. And I learned how to present my presentation. I never told people how to make some dishes on my presentation, so this is the first time that I teach the others to cook something else.
Wow.
Thanks.
Thank you. Mary, I noticed that pickled radishes that you had. What do pickled radishes taste like?
Yeah, what do pickled radishes taste like? Anybody?
It tastes very salty.
Salty?
Yeah, very salty. Very, very salty. Pickled radish. Yeah.
And what other pickled foods do you guys eat?
Yeah, what other pickled food do we have? In addition to pickled radish, we also have
Pickled
cabbage. Yeah.
Pickled cabbage.
Pickled cabbage, wow. Well, I guess
we have.
We also have the pickled cabbage.
Taiwan form and Korean form.
Okay.
And we also have pickled cucumber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just tastes like pickled radish. The taste is similar, but how to say it?
It's cucumber, I know.
It tastes more like cucumber. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's special taste.
Well, I want to let you in on the secret. Here in the United States, we eat a tremendous amount of pickles. That's what we call them, but they're pickled cucumbers. And in the United States, a lot of are sold like these are Polish dill pickles and stuff like this. So when I had a group of Polish people, and they're talking about eating cucumbers, I said, well, you ever pickle the cucumbers? They said, oh, no, we would never do that. So I was really wondering sometimes, you know, I know that when you go to a lot of Chinese restaurants here in the States, you'll see a lot of different pickled foods. I didn't know if that was here in the States they picked it up or someplace else.
There are still something that we don't know. As I know, there are still some vegetable can pickle. I know that from my grandmother, but I still haven't eat it because it smells very strange, so I don't want to eat it. Yeah. So never eat pickle things very easily. Mm.
Thank you so much. That was very good. I don't know if that lady's going to join, but I do have her presentation if you guys would like to see it.
Okay, could you tell us a bit about? I think you also sent that to me, but you could play it from your site.
Yeah, well, go ahead and play it from your side. Be fine. If you're already sharing.
I have to pull it up first.
Okay.
But could you talk about it?
Yeah, I guess I started working with this lady maybe 7, 8 years ago. It was during the time of the revolution that you were having in Kiev. And she taught at a school that was very similar to like your school. It was affiliated with a university there at Kiev. And then she got married maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And then they had a baby. And then in the Ukraine, you take maternity leave. You have maternity leave for 3 years. In the United States, we have maternity leave for like 6 weeks. I don't know what maternity leave is in Taiwan, but I don't know if it's 3 years. And she's gotten quite active in doing baking and has gotten really, really good at it. So she wanted to share about this gingerbread recipe. And she makes gingerbread houses, gingerbread, and this is the time of New Year's, Christmas, also Chinese New Year's coming up. So I thought since you guys like a lot of ginger too, this might be kind of interesting. And the gingerbread recipe itself, 1 teaspoon, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, ginger and cocoa, 150 grams of honey, 100 grams of sugar, 1 teaspoon of soda, 125 grams of butter, 1 egg, and 500 grams of flour. First, mix the 3 ingredients together in a saucepan with a thick bottom and stir until the moment of boiling, but do not boil it. Take away from the heat and add soda. After some time, the butter. Stir the mixture until the whole, melting the butter, and add an egg. Then the flour till the state of firm dough. After that, you place your dough on the table and add flour until the state of Play-Doh. Cover it with a plastic bag and place it in your fridge for 6 to 8 hours. When you roll out the dough with the width of it, approximately 5 millimeters, heat the oven at 175 centigrade, bake 5 to 7 minutes, and you're ready to treat your guests. Could you go to the next slide, please?
Are these gingerbread men?
Yes, these are all gingerbread men, which is really unbelievable. She does a lot of really ornate deals. What you see in the corner there is Father Christmas, I guess, and then you have a different. Now those things he has in his hand are actually it's called a mitre, and originally I'll tell you a little background. Most of the people from the Ukraine are going to be either Catholic or Orthodox, and they are patron saint is Saint Vladimir, who in the early 10th century, I guess it would be, helped baptize his whole community, and they became Christian. Well, Father Christmas is actually named after Saint Nicholas, and he was a bishop at Myra in Anatolia, and he carries a bishop's mitre. That's that little staff that he has, and the little hat on top of his head is the bishop's hat. And you'll see candy canes, and candy canes are kind of representative of the staff that the bishop would have. And then the significance of the balls, the real St. Nicholas, he later became a saint, would go ahead and put gold balls in people's homes. He tried to get rid of all his money, so he would go around to people's houses that were very poor and stuff, and either put money in their shoe that they'd have by the door, or they go into the house and put money in their socks that they would hang up by the fire to dry. And then you see snowmen, and snowmen are just in areas where it snows quite a bit. Okay, if you go to the next slide.
So are these a gingerbread recipe Ukraine style?
Yes, gingerbread recipe, Ukraine style. This is for the New Year's that she baked. And I think she sells some of these too, are pretty ornate for parties and stuff. I would let her talk to you more about it, but you can see the 2020. I thought maybe y'all could do it for your New Year's coming up for Lunar New Year's, but I know ginger's very popular. It's the same thing. It's not just your brown and the icing. I forget what she said about different icing.
So very nice that a Ukraine teacher baked
Yeah.
this. So this is not from a store. It's from a teacher. She baked.
Yeah, actually, she would teach her kids how to do this too. So that I thought was pretty cool. And I don't know where she learned, but there you go. Merry Christmas. It's in English, which is interesting. And then they would also have Ukrainian. Now, there's two different Christmases. In the Eastern Church, the Christmas is January the 6th. And in the Western Church, the Christmas is December 25th. So some people can have Christmas twice a year. That's kind of neat. Once in the, at the beginning and end. So just like there are two New Years to celebrate, there's some people celebrate two Christmases. And I guess you have little socks and little mice or something on that side. I don't know what the significance is. Okay, I think, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm saying very neat because we were thinking these are like something that you would only see in a store, but actually.
Yeah, no. She makes them and sells them for parties and stuff like that too. So yeah, you would actually see, and I don't know if you're familiar with around Easter time, very ornate eggs. And there you go. There's a gingerbread house I wanted to show you. The gingerbread house is put together with gingerbread and decorated with icing, and then they would be the center of your table. And then eventually, after you ate, everybody would take a piece of the house and have that for dessert. But everything on there is edible. Okay, again.
All these are gingerbread, right?
All those are gingerbread.
Wow. So all the above that you see are gingerbread. Okay.
Mary, sometime when you have your camp, you ought to make some gingerbread cookies and do something like this.
Mr. Cunningham says next time we should bake gingerbread. Cookies, gingerbread man, gingerbread house. Brian is laughing because he's in charge of.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love ginger. I love ginger, anyways. I know it's a staple where you, and these are suckers. They're gingerbread, like a gingerbread pop.
This is so neat. We could never top this.
Well, she could probably teach you too. Maybe we should have her talk to you guys once about how to make this.
Wow.
Now that is really a decorative, it looks like a drawing, but that's actually a cookie. And you would give that.
It looks like a drawing.
Yeah, you give it as a gift. You know, you have it in a little basket and stuff like that. So these are like little gift things that you would give, homemade gifts that you care about people and you love them and stuff like that.
This is also gingerbread.
Yes.
You think this is a piece of drawing? No, this is gingerbread. Yeah. And this is gingerbread too. Wow.
It reminds you of that Miss Kitty stuff that's really popular.
Yeah, right. Kitty stuff is popular in Taiwan, Japan. Oh, and look at that. Wow.
And that's gingerbread that they made look into watermelon.
Hmm. Although, yeah, those are apples underneath, yeah.
Yeah, that's real apples, but you know, the thing about it is you think gingerbread is, it's a fruit too. Nah, I was joking with you.
And this is
That's, yeah, that, I guess that's, looks like, almost Greek, or I don't know.
yeah, what language is that?
It almost looks Greek to me, but I can make it out. Maybe I don't think it's Ukrainian, but anyways, that's could spell out whatever you want to spell out in the cookie. You can put, and here's real cute, like little hearts and stuff that you would put around people.
从头到尾都是姜饼，这也是姜饼呀 ，gingerbread。Oh, so do we have the famous baker on?
Yes, there she is, Katrina.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're talking about you.
Hello, this is Mei from Taiwan, and of course Michael from USA, and we were just taking a good look at your gingerbread masterpieces.
And I was saying how amazing of a teacher you are and how you would love to talk to them about this. And they have principals from their school. They got elementary school. They have 2 or 3 high schools joining us. And then I couldn't think of a better person to end this with than you, Katrina. So could you talk a little bit about what you're doing now and all about this gingerbread and the baking you're doing?
Okay, hello, my name is Katerina, and Michael has introduced me. Maybe I have some problems with the voice. I hear you from time to time distinctly or not. That's why I have understood I have caught a lot or a bigger part of what you have said. But I would like now I would like to tell you that I have been teaching for 5+2 years, but these 2 years I'm on my maternity leave, and that is why actually I have started this hobby. It started to be my hobby last January after Christmas holidays. I saw one picture. I saw one picture of my friend, of my colleague, who also resigned from our lyceum and found absolutely another hobby, and now it is her profession. And she sent me this photo of awesome gingerbread, and I like the idea of this kind of baking. Then I was looking for the recipe which would be perfect for me, because I have tried several of them. Not all of them were ideal. Sometimes they were too crunchy, sometimes they were too hard. And after some experiment or attempts, I have changed some ingredients, and that is why in a typical recipe you may find 2 teaspoons of ginger, or ground ginger, or you may find some syrup or another proportional ingredient. This recipe is perfect for me. It's good for me. That is why I stopped on it. And after that, it started to be my hobby, my story. The first gingerbread which I I suggested to my friends to devote like a present were to Saint Valentine's Day. So very soon it would be almost 1 year that from time to time I can even earn some money on my hobby. All the process takes a lot of time because firstly during the first day or on the first day you have to prepare the dough. You saw the recipe. I can only add that it is the shortest period of all the process. Then there should be some time which is spent in the fridge. Then you should bake them. It is also not so long. And then the decoration. The decorating process starts. It's the most long-term period. You have to prepare icing or glaze. It is also a special process, another story how to prepare a perfect icing, because it can be too tough, it can be too smooth, and all that stuff. I had a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes, had some problems also with icing, but in the end, maybe after a month of my trying and attempts, I also came to a perfect solution or proportion of sugar powder and time of whisking of icing. For example, these pictures, they were devoted to Saint Valentine's Day of my first year, so they are last year pictures. This one, for example, the previous one, the old which are on the right, they were prepared, they were baked to Teacher's Day. And there also is one picture with different kinds of subjects, gingerbreads, which resemble different types of subjects. These ones, they were baked, they were prepared and decorated several days ago, 4 or 5 days ago. And this Saturday, they are going to travel to Poland to the wedding of our brother. And they will be the present. And actually, you also saw this box, the picture of this box.
Wow.
It is also will be the wedding present to them.
You said wedding present?
Yes. Yes.
Wow, that's beautiful.
So
they were devoted to the 8th of March, the International Women's Day, the last year. This year, there will be something new, of course, every time, and now I understand that every time you have to upgrade your level and the examples which you propose to people, and of course the level of the mastering should be higher and higher and higher. Also, you saw, I suppose you have already seen, I like these hearts, blue and red ones. They are my favorite ones to Saint Valentine's Day. I suppose a lot of people will like them. Yeah.
Okay, so I need to interrupt it right now because the elementary school students will need to be leaving soon.
Okay.
It's getting quite late, and they also have school tomorrow. Do you have school tomorrow? No. Oh, okay, but you need to get home, right? No. Okay. No. You don't need to go home? Okay, really? So the teachers are saying that the elementary school students will be leaving in about 2 or 3 minutes. So do you have any questions for our two teachers, one from USA, one from Ukraine? Any questions? You have a nice chance to ask a question. Otherwise, we will be asking the questions. 有没有要问问题呢？台中国小，因为你们要先离开，所以问他怎么有办法做那么漂亮的姜饼，有没有？看起来不像姜饼，像一幅作画，一幅那个画画。啊？ No question? 只是挥手而已。They just like to wave to you.
Mary, has any of them ever eaten gingerbread cookies before?
Have you eaten gingerbread cookies before? If you have, raise your hand. 有吃过姜饼相关的产品？姜饼。Okay.
How many of them look like that, though?
So that's wow. That's a lot. Well, I would say over about half, I guess. Okay, put your hands down. The older kids, more of them have tasted gingerbread before. The younger kids, no. Yeah, some. Okay. But the ones that you showed us are really fancy and really nice. Very neat and delicate.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think gingerbread's pretty popular. Even the gingerbread bread is pretty popular in Taiwan. I don't know, but I've never seen cookies like this before. These cookies are amazing.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, they're so nice that we're so amazed. We only see the basic type here in Taiwan, you know, the usual gingerbread man shape or the gingerbread house. Yeah.
Yeah, I have already forgotten about it. Yes, it was also one new step into my not career, but into this hobby. And you saw a cat. I suppose you have recognized the cat I'm talking about, and the watermelon. Watermelon.
Yeah, the watermelon ones. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They are also special because they are done in another way with the brushes. In the way of it's like painting. It's almost it is painting, but with the paint, culinary paint. Yeah, but another technique of that cat.
Do we lose them?
I hear you.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what happened. They're going to have to leave pretty quick. But Katrina, this is amazing what you're doing.
Thank you one more time. I'm glad that you have appreciated.
Students who want to ask questions.
Yeah, go.
How do you make gingerbread?
Use the microphone.
The whole process, the recipe, the decorating, what is exactly?
Can you speak?
Can you repeat? We didn't hear you.
Can you repeat one more time? I have understood.
Repeat your question.
How do you make? But
Yeah.
what does exactly make? The dough, the decorating.
But she wants to know, it's the dough or the decorating you want to know how to make it.
I have actually started this or my talking about it. That firstly you have to prepare dough, which then spend some time in the fridge. The recipe was in this presentation. I suppose there is no need to repeat all the ingredients. I would say that what you have to have and what you have to be in harmony with you when you start all the process. The dough, the baking, the decoration, and you should be calm. Calm, balanced, and in harmony with you. If you are irritated, if you are annoyed, no, it's better not to start anything because something will go wrong.
Thank you.
Your question?
I want to ask, what is the most strange shape of gingerbread you have ever made? Yeah, I'm wondering that. There are so many amazing shapes of the gingerbread I see on the PowerPoint. So I want to ask, which is you think is the most strange you have ever made?
I understood. I'm thinking and The most strange or unusual for me, because all of them are traditional flowers, hearts, eggs for Easter. Unusual. The first unusual one was double gingerbread. The first one was number 7, numeral 7. Then I had to place on it the heart, and on this heart, it was the first time when I had to paint the girl from doll LOL. And it was the first time when I knew, when I had opened for me something about this doll, LOL doll. Maybe you have heard, maybe some girls have heard about these types of doll. It was difficult. It was also a bit strange because the shape of this, the shape, the eyes, the legs of these dolls are strange for me. And when I finished it, at last I was glad that I had finished it. And that's it.
Okay, thanks.
Did you mention dolls? You mean like the dolls that girls have, the little dolls, baby dolls?
Yes. A lot of little girls, they like these LOL dolls. They are popular now in Ukraine, and I suppose not only in Ukraine. And I needed to repeat, to copy this doll, the shape, eyes, and the picture of this doll.
Wawa. Yeah. You want to ask a question?
Also, thank you. And I want to know that you made very gingerbread, and they are very cool, and some is cute. And I want to know that where the ideas come from.
Who or what came from? I or idea or what?
How were you inspired, and where did you get your ideas to make all these wonderful gingerbread?
I also told it at the beginning of the conversation. Last year I saw the picture, the photo, one of my colleagues who resigned from my work, but still she is my colleague, and I was amazed how exactly, how delicately she resembled somebody's New Year's gingerbread on this photo, in this photo. And that is why I started to think about the idea of actual gingerbread, that I liked them, they were cute, nice. Now I compare and can realize them, they were not so cute or ideal, but at this time I was fascinated by them. Last year, so it was last year on the, I suppose, 8th or 7th of January. So it is almost 1 year of this hobby, of my hobby.
So okay. Off of photos and also inspired by your colleague. Yeah, we have another question.
Yeah, how do you use the how do you make the gingerbread colorful?
Oh, okay, that's a
horrible.
Good how do you make it so colorful? Because it looks almost unreal.
For example, for Halloween, I have to make them horrible. That is why I have asked. So colorful. There is one secret. Firstly, you have to follow the proportion of sugar powder and of colors, of these colors. And secondly, there is also one secret, and I will tell it to you. After icing, after the process of actual icing, immediately, maybe after 5 or 3 minutes, you have to place this gingerbread again into, not again, but you have to place them into the oven at minimal temperature 60 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes. And then they would be even more colorful, and I know it for sure that they will be more colorful than you can imagine, or than you saw on previous pictures. Nowadays I can compare my current gingerbread and my last year gingerbread. That is why I know what I have to do to make them more colorful.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
As long as you have so many, you made so many gingerbread, and which one is your favorite works? The one you made and you think it is the best.
During the whole period of my baking.
Just the every gingerbread you made and the one you think is the perfect one.
Which one is your favorite one that you made?
Of course, every time when I try to make new ones to any event, holiday or celebration, every time I consider that these ones are the best ones. Then again, the next ones will be the best ones. For example, for this day, up to this moment, and I will take only into consideration my last gingerbread devoted to Saint Valentine, to future Saint Valentine's Day. The hearts, which are red and blue, I stressed my attention on them when you saw the presentation. So the ones red and blue hearts with eyes, with eyelashes, and that stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to ask the next question.
Okay.
If I want to make gingerbread for a beginner of making gingerbread, is there something that you think we have to notice or hear about it?
Can you cultivate your question one more time? If you are a beginner, what you have to...
What is the thing that you have to, what is the thing, one thing that they would have to really pay attention to if you were going to start baking gingerbread as a beginner?
What you have to have, what you have to do. You have to have, I would say, you inflected flour. You have to have 1 egg, some honey, sugar, spices, butter. You have to understand how to make dough, what the state of it should be like a clay dough. And when you bake them, if you are a beginner, you should catch the moment, the exactly moment, the thinnest edge or layer of the gingerbread starts to be crunchy. Because if you miss this moment, your gingerbread will be overcooked or even almost burned. It won't be tasty. And as the beginner, you may start with the simplest coloring, with the simplest icing, just white icing, and for different shapes, for further frost, for I don't know, pine trees and all that stuff, it would be perfect because everyone started with the simplest sample, simplest pattern, and only some shapes of a man, of a house, of everything. Even you can do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have
so you can try
it. No more. Okay, just 3 more. Okay, go ahead.
Do you eat the gingerbread made by yourself?
Yes. You know, when I do, it's not. I understand, or maybe you even won't understand the reason of Latin. Too often it happens that I don't eat them. It's not that I don't like them. No. I know my rest. I know my dough. I know how they taste. I know it. That's enough for me. When you prepare a lot of them, and when you know that even if one of them is a little bit not so perfect, I know some mistakes. I'm very critical to me, to my work. You know, when I see other examples of other bakers, and I see this not plain surfaces and all that stuff. I can't do it, or I can't sell such gingerbread. Even if I have some with mistakes, I have a lot of friends to whom I present them. I have to present them. And also, I will tell you another side of all this process. Into this sphere, you have to make an appropriate advertising. For that reason, you have to have a good photographer. If you have such one, you may make a deal with him. In this way, I have to pay with my baking, with my cakes and all stuff for pictures. So in any case, I have people to whom I present. I just have to give. I present. Yeah, mostly I present even breads which are with some small mistakes. But no, it is not an appropriate word for it. It slips from my head right now. So I have a lot of those who are waiting for this gingerbread. That is why sometimes for me, only limited number left. But of course I eat them, I like them, but not so often I can do it. I can afford.
Next question.
Okay, Teacher Katerina, your gingerbread is really amazing, and but I want to ask some a general question. May I? I want to ask Mr. Cunningham and Teacher Katerina one question, because we just gave a presentation on quick food to Mr. Cunningham, and I'm wondering, in your country, which is the most symbolizing quick foods in your country?
Symbolic or something?
Yeah, the symbolic quick foods in both teachers' country. Yeah.
Of course, this type of food is popular, and almost all teenagers, even if at our lessons we talk about negative effects of it, of course they eat. Even going after school, I can see a lot of my students eating or spending their time in McDonald's and old Subway and all stuff. It's popular. It's popular. Sometimes adults, grown-ups also can enjoy it, or can just come around to pick something, to grab something, and to go to another work. Sometimes here there is no enough time to spend on a proper meal, or to drop at home and have home meal. Yeah, it's popular. We know about it. Students like it. Sometimes teachers also eat it. It's okay with it in our country. It's prosperous here, I would say.
Okay. What about Mr. Cunningham's symbolic quick food in your country?
I would assume probably hamburgers or French fries. In my part of the country, it'd be barbecue or tacos. But in the United States, pretty much people eat hamburger, French fries, 24/7. And I think like Katrina was saying, it's not necessarily good for you, but people go ahead and do it anyways. We're having a lot of problems in the United States about restaurants closing because they open up so many restaurants, but you can only eat out so many times, and then people are finding that it's not necessarily good for them. So there's a lot of health scares and health issues. So certain fast foods are much better than others, but that's probably where we're at right now here in the States. And you go some places, there's a lot of fast Chinese and even Korean barbecues that come around here. But most of the time hamburgers, I would say, or tacos.
Thank you. Last question.
Thank you.
Before we end our session today, okay, go ahead.
What things make you want to make the gingerbread?
Oh, sorry, one more time.
What things makes you want to make the gingerbread?
So what made you start making gingerbread? What's the reason that you start making gingerbread instead of other desserts?
I don't know why I have started just with this one among other desserts, because then I have tried and now I can make and I prepare and other desserts. Why I have started with this one? I thought that I was fascinated by the photo of these gingerbread, how they look like, how they pretty cute, decorated with all the decoration, sugar and different stuff, powder, decorating powder. Yeah, that is why I have started with them. It was my fascination. It was my fascination by photo, and that's it. That was the beginning. And after that, nowadays I prepare not only gingerbread, but another stuff. But it will be later about it.
Thank you so much today. Yeah, we learned a lot, and students are very much inspired by your works. And thank you, Mr. Cunningham, for hosting today's session, always organizing such great and educational events. And the elementary school students have left, and now it's just the high school students. And we look forward to more sessions with you, and we hope to have Katerina back again with us.
Yeah, I can't wait till she gets back in the classroom, but we should maybe have some time that she could actually demonstrate baking to the kids, because it would be kind of inspiring to show all different things you could do. I was hoping we would be joined by a couple other schools, but we weren't today. But this was really fantastic. Thank you so much, Mary, and thank you so much, Katrina, and have a very blessed day, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.